When I started my personal development journey, I thought that I was a positive person because I thought I'm a nice person. I'm not mean to people. I say thank you. I like to cheer people up. I can look at the bright side of things quite often. But what I didn't take into consideration is, even though I was all of those things, my mind was, and still sometimes is, filled with a lot of self-criticism, a lot of self-doubt, a lot of worrying unnecessarily, a lot of, getting anxious over things that might not ever happen. So when I started to learn more about the law of attraction and understand that our thoughts are creating our reality, I got very interested in actually trying to find a way to monitor my thoughts. Now, considering we're meant to think something like 80,000 thoughts a day, it's impossible. There are a certain number of conscious thoughts, like when you kind of hear that voice in your head, that conscience as we call it. And then there's also all of the subconscious thoughts, all of the thoughts that happen so much on autopilot that we don't even really think of them as thoughts. We don't even consider them as thoughts. They're just almost how we consider the world to be, but actually it's our perception of the world and therefore it's our thoughts. While it's impossible to monitor every thought, here's a really useful exercise you can use to figure out, first of all, where your mind is a lot of the time. Set multiple alarms throughout the day. I started with 3 alarms at random times throughout the day. And whenever that alarm goes off, as you are there on your phone anyway to turn the alarm off, quickly go to the notes section of your phone and dump whatever was on your mind, whatever thought you were in the middle of when the alarm went off. And be brutally honest with yourself. Just write it down. Do it for a whole week. And then you'll be able to look through that note in your phone and review where your mindset is on average the majority of the time. Is your mind eagerly excited and certain about your future? Or is your mind replaying things that happened in the past? Or is your mind worrying about scenarios that might not ever happen? Or is your mind moaning at you about things that really don't matter? Or is your mind criticizing yourself? Or is your mind loving and appreciating yourself? And when I did this, it was quite a depressing exercise to do at first, but also enlightening. And the first step to all of this is it's all about new levels of awareness. This growth journey, this becoming the best version of you journey, this personal development journey, this unlocking new levels of life is all connected to us having deeper levels of understanding, more levels of awareness, and so on. You can't fix what you don't know is a problem, right? Not only does this help you to get clear on where your mind actually is most of the time, but it also can help you in those moments when you're writing it down on your phone. Like, for example, the first time I wrote something down on my phone, I thought, it's not too positive. I am worrying about unnecessary things. I'm feeling glum because I've lost my AirPods case, and I'm beating myself up in the back of my head for not being as productive as I would have liked to have been so far today. So I thought, okay, why don't I change that thought pattern now? So this leads me on to sharing with you my favorite way to get yourself out of a slump. Talking out loud things that are encouraging, things that you love, things that you appreciate as you are going about your day. So for example, there I was when my alarm went off and I caught myself moaning and complaining about losing my AirPod case and this stuff. I actually said out loud to myself, just quietly under my breath, I'm sure my AirPod case will turn up. It's not the end of the world. Hey, at least I've got my actual AirPods. And then I thought, right, how can I be a little more productive? Well, here's my bed, it still needs making. And then I started to make the bed and I was saying to myself out loud, I love making my bed. It's so satisfying to see my bed looking so neat and tidy. And while we're here, I'm actually so grateful that I have a bed, and not just any bed. I'm so grateful that this bed is so big and that the mattress is so soft and that we have all of these covers. I'm so grateful that I actually had a really good sleep last night. And I'm saying this while I'm tucking in the covers and plumping up the pillows. And it helped me so much, because honestly, between you and me, if I wasn't intentionally saying those things, my mind would still be focused on how I've lost my AirPod cases and how I'm behind on my day, and I would have spiraled into more of that, you see? So for those of you maybe thinking, do I have to say it out loud? You don't have to, but the reason why I did was because sometimes I find it hard to shift my thoughts into a different direction. But when I say it out loud, I'm saying it, I'm enunciating it, it's more real than any of my other thoughts at that moment. I'm also hearing it, so it's almost like I'm telling myself. I just find it so much more powerful than silent thoughts that are just in your head. And so if you're in a place where you really want to change the direction of where your mindset is focused, just saying it quietly under your breath is not crazy, in my opinion. It is a great free tool that you have in your toolkit at any point. And it started with me. This is what Abraham Hicks would call a positive rampage, where once you start those first 2 or 3 statements, comments, observations, appreciations that are more positive, it puts you on that different set of train tracks, and it actually becomes easier and easier. Then some momentum starts to flow. Then you're on a roll. Then it actually feels good, so you want to keep going. And it even inspired me and empowered me enough to then start to look at my house and be like, okay, how can we make the vibes really good here today? And so I opened the curtains and I lit some candles, and then I put some music on, and then the music was just getting my vibes up even more. And if you're ever in a place where you know that there's some things you can do, like play music to raise your vibration, but you can't even bring yourself to do it because your mindset is just so stuck, focused on a different story, this little kind of talk through, is that a good word to describe it? It's like a guided talk down. It's not a talk down, it's a talk up. It's a guided talk up. You're talking yourself up to a place where you feel inspired enough to do something that's going to make you feel good. Let this be a video that you take action on, and it can really change the whole pattern of the rest of your day and improve your mood, and most importantly, improve your mental health. So if you found this video at all useful, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit my subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. Until next time, bye.